Hey guys, welcome to Galaxy Sparkles, where I turn imagination into reality. Thank you for tuning in and giving me a few minutes of your time. Leave a comment below and let me know how my craftsmanship has came along. Also like and share this video. And if you'd like to watch my progression as a one-stop shop, subscribe and let us take the journey together. Galaxy Sparkles.
Good morning, guys. It is Thursday, December 19th, 2024. Today we are going to attempt to make another split tail ring. Yesterday's split tail was a complete disaster. Today we're going to learn from our mistakes and hopefully do better. So y'all stay tuned. Let me get this pipe cut. We're going to cut off of a piece of 1.5 inch water plumbing pipe, and I have a different idea, different process I'm going to take today to do a better job than yesterday. Yesterday's was just a complete failure, and today we're going to try again and see if we cannot do any better. So thank y'all for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, and at the end of this video, please leave the final grade. Grade my craftsmanship. Help me improve my craftsmanship by leaving a comment telling me how crappy it is or how good it is or how I've came along. I would appreciate it. So let's get started. Y'all hang tight. All right, guys, there is our starting material. I have some leftover material from the last couple of days. This is what we're going to begin with. We're going to make some bezels out of this. We're going to get our split tail out of this and see what we cannot create. So let's put it all together. Y'all ready? Let's go. While our 1.5 inch pipe is in the pickle, I went ahead and began a bezel here. So I'm going to get this cut and ready so I know exactly how I'm going to create my ring. All right, guys, we got a little mini mandrel here. We're going to get this thing shaped up and prepared for solder. Should be a fairly nice, easy joint. For I did take my jeweler saw and made a nice straight cut right there, and it should meet up just real nice. So let's see what happens. All right, guys, I'm going to pull that 1.5 inch pipe out of the pickle, and I'll see y'all out in the garage on the mill. Be right back. Y'all hang tight. All right, guys, we got our piece of 1.5 inch pipe here that's nice and soft, and we've opened it up and flattened it out with the hammer. We're going to run it through the mill and get them little creases there that the cutters have made. We're going to get this down to about a 1.3 mil, 1.2 mil thickness. We'll get our overall length. We're going to cut our split tails on each end, roll them up, lay our bezel on the inside of them. Make sure we have a nice, good, beautiful split tail. Make it transition beautifully into the bezel. And I'm going to, on top of the bezel, put a piece of flat plate, just pretending it's a flat, some sort of emerald, and just make it just as nice as we possibly can. We're going to just work with the material we have and just make it as nice as possible. We're going to work with the material we have, the tools we have, and just do the best job that we're able to. And if I fail at it again today, I'm going to try this ring again tomorrow. I'm going to continue trying every failure until I get it to a passing grade so that I'm able to improve my craftsmanship and quality at a very quick pace. We're on a fast-paced deal here to get as... Although I have all the time left in this world to get good at this, I'm going to do it at a very fast pace by repetition, over and over, doing the same stuff. Hard projects. I'm not going to do nothing too easy on a daily basis. There may be days I'm not feeling real good and do something simple, but on most days I'm going to do harder jobs so that I'm able to improve my craftsmanship at a very rapid pace. So here we go, guys. That's enough jibber jabber. Let's run this through the mill and let's begin flattening this bad boy. Here we go. All right, guys, here's what we got. We got a 52-inch strip. We're going to go ahead. We got it all marked out, evenly spaced, marked right in the middle is where we're going to do our split tail. So we got 52 inches, and I got a 13 millimeter here. So that's going to give us roughly, by the time I'm done, 65 millimeters, which should make real close to a size 9 ring. That's what we're shooting for, a size 9 ring. And then once I get my bezel, once I get this split tail, we're going to continue on this bezel, get it all soldered up. I'm going to put a piece above this bezel, something. We're going to use a smaller size piece to go on top of it. And then just to indicate that it's some sort of emerald, we're going to put a flat piece on top to make it nice and flat and uniform, and just kind of deck it out the best we can with using materials and pretending it's emeralds or diamonds or whatever. So, all right, guys, that is the game plan. Let's see if we can't turn imagination into reality like we do here at Galaxy Sparkles. You all hang tight. All right, guys, my cuts are not perfect. This was my first side right here on this side. It's a little offline. I did increase craftsmanship on the second cut. It is a lot straighter, but still yet it is off as well. What is precise is I got 15.3 millimeters in on each cut, 15.3 millimeters on this side, 15.3 millimeters on that side. So we did make quality on that side as far as that part of the job went. But I definitely need to improve on my cutting skills, because crooked ain't gonna cut it. So, all right, guys, let's grab some pliers. Let's split its tail, and let's see if we can't create us a nice looking ring today. Y'all hang tight. Here we go. All right, guys, I'm fixing a mistake I had just made. I thought I could take the tips of my split tail and round them around the bezel, but it really throwed all the metal out of cattywampus real bad there. So I'm just going to straighten that up, and we're going to start over. So let me run. I'm going to run this through the mill the same thickness I just did earlier, just to make sure it's nice and flat. May even just take it down just a little bit more just to get all the wrinkles out of it. All right, guys, we're going to start fresh right there and go reform this bad boy. Just trial and error, guys. That's all it is. Trial and error. Learn from your mistakes. Same as in life. Just keep grinding, keep pushing, and just cross that finish line, guys. If you have big dreams, big hopes, big ideas, just keep pushing on a daily basis. That's all I can tell you. That's what I do. I've had a lot of failures through life. I have lived a hard knock life, guys, and I'm not exactly where I want to be. Although I am retired, it's not the way I wanted to retire. It was more of a forced retirement. And guys, you just keep grinding, just keep grinding. And just like in life, guys, it's just the way it is. We go through the hurdles. We don't go around the hurdles. We go through the hurdles. All right. That's enough jibber jabber. I ain't trying to be your life coach. I'm trying to create some beautiful jewelry for you guys. So here we go. Here we go. Y'all hang tight. See y'all at the bench. All right, guys, that is what we've came up with. We're going to solder that up. Then we're going to put a flat piece on top and just pretend it's some sort of round emerald, diamond, whatever you want to make it. We'll figure that out once we kind of see the progress of this ring and come up with a name for this beautiful thing. Split tail number 2 for sure is definitely improved from yesterday. So, all right, guys, here we go. Let's solder this bad boy up at the same location. So I went ahead and filled that up real nice. All right, that took real nice, guys. We'll let that sit up. I don't want to disturb it. We'll let that sit up just a couple of seconds, and we'll quench it, pickle it, and we'll solder it to the ring. So y'all hang tight. Let's see what we got. Here we go. I forgot one step, guys. We got to make our bezel top. So I'm going to take this piece of 1.5 that was 1.5 inch copper tubing that we started our whole ring with, and I'm going to flatten it down just a little bit smaller so it gets a little thinner, but it'll spread it out, and maybe we can cover the bezel with it. So let's get a little thinner here, guys, and see if we can't get us an emerald made. All right, guys, we're gonna get that heated up. I got some copper set in there, and I'm just gonna use my tongs to hold the bezel itself against the flat copper there. And that is gonna be what I do. And hopefully get a great solder joint. I got my meat protector on there to help protect all the heat, because it's bound to get hot. Let's see what happens here. Here we go. It's starting to change colors. This should be getting ready to take about any time. All right, guys, we got it all soldered up real nice. I'm gonna lube my blade up one more time. I could just take this out to the sander and take the sharp edges off of it and make it uniform with the bezel there. I could. I'm gonna practice my sawing technique. So like I said, for me, this is just all practice. So I'm gonna saw this off, get my catch bucket under me so I ain't gotta hunt them little pieces. And I'll see y'all in just a minute. Let me get this sawed off, and we'll head out to the sander and sand it up, make it look real nice and uniform. Here we go. All right, guys, we're at the sander here, so we're going to get this thing all nice and polished up and ready to be attached to the ring. So let's see what we end up with, guys. Here we go. Y'all hang tight. Alright, guys, we're going to attempt to solder this bad boy up. I've laid some solder on the inside of this thing, trying to build a bonfire, because I know as soon as I touch it with the solder, it would just roll off of there. So I stacked it up like a bonfire in there and try to heat it up and hopefully just melt real nice in there where it belongs. So let's see what happens here, guys. Alright, I think it took, fellas. Yeah, there it went. We're good. We'll let that sit up and cool off just a second. Don't want to move it while it's hot. Kind of let that solder set in, because we'll quench it, pickle it, and see what we got here, guys. All right, y'all hang tight. All right, guys, here is our split tail number 2. Today, it turned out just like I had planned on yesterday. Yesterday was a disaster because we took different methods. We changed our method and technique today, and we came up with almost what I wanted to create yesterday. As far as the split tail, the bezel's a little bit different than I anticipated yesterday, but all in all, this ring turned out very nice for me. My split tail is definitely off. I need to perfect my jewelry sawing, because on both sides they are just a little off. This side is actually worse than this side, and my bezel setting is just a little lopsided, little cattywampus there. But other than that, guys, this has turned out to be a passing ring. I graded a C+. If you don't mind, leave your comment what you grade this ring as. This is my emerald, ruby, whatever you want to call it, on top. Just put a nice little flat piece up there, and we soldered it solid and made it look real nice. I still need to learn how to set my bezel properly on top so it's not all out of cattywampus there like it is. Just make it more level. I need to practice my sawing, my cuts, get them more precise. But all in all, guys, the ring is round, the bezel's on, the split tail's set. Guys, we did good today. And it fits on my pinky just fine, so it's a nice little pinky ring. I'm not sure what size this thing turned out to be, but anyway, there it is, guys. I'm going to leave it with you. Leave your comments, like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. And like always, I'm going to send out a huge energy ball full of energy, full of love, full of joy, and full of connectedness. Coming at you. All right, guys, catch that if you can. We'll see y'all tomorrow.